the Hogue Deka Gen 2 with Magna Cut steel. This is a great little knife. I love the blade shape. I was doing a little bit of drywall work, so I was cutting drywall with it, shaving it, still razor sharp. But the big thing with this is these plastic handles. It just makes a great knife. It just feels so cheap. But, you know, I fixed that issue. So let's slap on the new scales. Now, when replacing scales, I recommend doing one side at a time instead of disassemble the entire knife, because it's a pain to get the parts back. So you have to take off this scale first because the pivot has to be slid out. So I took all the handle screws off, pivot screw. We're going to pull back on the lock bar. I almost called that an axis lock. I'm not sure what they call it, but we're just gonna pop that out. Now, I'm not using the right tools. You should probably use something else, but it's what I have. So we slid that one out. I have my screwdriver in through the pivot so the blade doesn't slide out and you lose your washers everywhere. Take the scale, gonna slide it on. It's really hard to do this through the camera, so bear with me. Now we got the female side of the pivot. We're going to depress the lock. You might have to wiggle this around to align the washers and stuff in the blade, but it eventually will pop down in. Make sure that's seated. Then we're going to put the handle screws in. Now, when that scale is installed, we're going to take this scale off and do the same thing. So I got the scales installed. I adjusted the pivot. I could do that a little better off camera, but this is good enough for the video right now. But yeah, this is the theme of the week, which is burgundy and black burlap inlays. This is a limited edition run. Normally the inlays stop around here, but this goes around the entire scale except the pivot screw. But yeah, this is makes this knife so much better. These scales are way more rigid than those junky plastic ones. But yeah, this really makes this knife feel way more premium. You get a great blade steel. You have great handle scales. You don't have to get the inlay. I do sell solid colors on the website. But yeah, you get a great knife at a great price. So that wraps it up for the Hogue Deka review. It's a great knife once you replace those handle scales. So I'll catch you on the next one.